Love this podcast? Support this show through the Acast supporter feature. It's up to you how much you give, and there's no regular commitment. Just click the link in the show description to support now.
Welcome to Yankee Stadium.
They win the final game 5-2 to remain the baseball champions of the world. The Yankees, with this 9-0 crusher, have won their 17th World Series.
The Yankees again are world champions.
The Yankees win their 21st World Series.
The Yankees are champions of baseball.
Ball game over. World Series over. Yankees win. The Yankees win.
The Yankees are back on top. World champions for the 27th time.
Welcome back, Yankee fan. This is the Chase for 28 podcast. This is episode number 93. My name is Chris, and I am joined, as always, by the Podcast Padre. What's going on, Pop?
Podcast Padre is not happy.
They stink!
Well, I'm not going to say they stink, but would it be nice to play baseball in the summertime, in the springtime, you know, when the weather's good, instead of playing in the middle of winter?
Yeah, the Yankees are not a cold weather team, it seems.
No.
So, rough week in Yankee land, as we like to say.
Yeah.
Rough week.
No,
All right, before we get into the roughness of the week, let's do the trivia question from last week, which you asked, who was the first Yankee to have their number retired? I got a text from Alex.
Good old Alex.
Good old Alex. I'm not going to give you the full text, but his guess was Whitey Ford.
Really? I kind of thought this one was a giveaway.
Well, okay, so I'll read his text. Quote, again, not an obvious answer, but I have no idea. Whitey Ford? Question mark?
Wow.
Alex, I think you're getting close to having to turn in your pinstripe pass.
Yeah. All these
My
years.
guess is Lou Gehrig.
Yeah, obviously. Lou Gehrig. That's it. Ding, 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 ding.
Well, another guess, somebody might guess Babe Ruth.
True.
But
okay.
I was able to justify my answer by saying they retired his number first because he had to retire early.
True. When he went, he took the number.
So that was
with
my
him.
logic. Yes. Real quick, too, also, I think we picked up a new listener, a couple of listeners. I want to give a shout out to a Matt C., who is a friend of, do you remember my old friend back in the day, Herman Bryan?
Yes. Yes.
I think Brian is a new listener of the podcast. So he had some feedback for me. So in our last episode, he texted me. So
he didn't say get off.
If you have my number, feel free to. No. He said, you mentioned they lost the first two to the D-backs and then won the rubber game. Not really, since you can only have a rubber game if you split the first two. So I stand corrected. Right. He's right. I said, good point. And then he followed that up with, or it's just me being a jerk like him. I said, no,
he's right.
No,
he's right. And as you said,
and then
it's not the first time you've been wrong, and it sure as hell ain't the last.
No. And then he got a big kick out of and then he got a big kick out of me referring to JC Ascara as Jesus Christ Ascara. Because we didn't know what the JC stands for.
Have we found out?
Shout out to, no, I have not looked that up yet. I was busy this week. So shout out to Brian and shout out to his friend Matt, who I believe they're also now listening to the podcast. All right. So since the last episode, when things were good at the very beginning of the season, and now again, first of all, let's not get up in arms.
I got an alert. JC Escara. Juan Carlos Escara.
Juan Carlos. All right. That makes sense.
Yeah, J to C makes sense.
J to C makes sense.
Makes sense. All right, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Since our last episode, the Yankees are now 7-6 on the season. They are in second place in the AL East. They're a half game behind the Toronto Blue Jays. They are in the midst of a series with the San Francisco Giants. And since our last episode, they are 3-3. They went 2-1 in Pittsburgh. They went 1-2 in sunny Detroit.
Oh, yes.
And they lost last night to the Giants.
Yeah. Last night's game probably should have never been played. And I asked you when we first got together here if you saw the beginning of the highlights that you can watch every morning. So I heard the opening of the game, and Michael Kay said, "Yeah, here we are from from Yankee Stadium, and it's perfect football weather."
Yeah, it was cold, it was rainy.
They showed everybody in the dugout. They had the parkas on, the hats on.
Yeah,
that's not baseball weather.
No, I never understand why they make the decisions when we have advanced weather technology, relatively speaking, and it was just not a great day for baseball. But they played. Unfortunately,
didn't bother the Giants.
Didn't bother the Giants at all. No, they put up runs. They improve. I believe they are 10-3 on the season.
Yeah, I think they're in first place. They're ahead of the world champion Dodgers.
Yeah, so they're off to a good start.
Yeah,
Marcus Stroman. People are really coming after him after last night's no-show. He was not able to get out of the first inning.
Yeah, but he pitched 2/3 of an inning.
2/3 of an inning, and didn't look good at all. Walks.
I heard something. I didn't get anything specific. Something's bothering him with his knee.
I did read briefly that he did go for X-rays in the stadium, but there was nothing more after that. Boone says he was bothered by something.
All right, put him on the DL. Schmidt's coming back this week.
Yes, there you go. But then again, if it's all about analytics and talking to your players, why would you put him on the mound last night?
Well, again, it's if he said something before the game.
That's true. So,
I mean, if he was hurt, then you could have said, okay, we don't really have anybody set up. You go with an opener. You just make the bullpen pitch the whole game.
Yeah. So to the Yankee fans killing him on social media, because again, he came into spring training. He was a quote unquote holdout, has said he's not willing to go to the bullpen. Quote, I'm a starter. Back off him.
Yeah.
Right. Because he is a serviceable pitcher. Obviously last night, not his best work. And it doesn't look good based on the quotes he's had in the last, month and a half.
Now, I'm going to ask you a question. You may not know the answer, but I think this has been his third start. Has he gone past the fourth inning yet?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I'm going to say no.
I think so. Yeah.
So
if you want to be a starter, you better be able to get to the fifth or sixth inning. It's not like the old days.
No, it is not. I mean, to see Max Fried in his start this week, to pitch into the seventh inning.
Yeah, this early in the season, seventh inning, 11 strikeouts.
Which, by the way, a great start. That's what we paid for.
Yes.
It does.
Hopefully that's what we see now going forward.
Yeah, you starters pitching 5 innings, or again, I don't think a lot of Major League Baseball teams care about the win stat, which is fine because they're more than willing to take a pitcher out in the middle of the fifth inning and they're going 4 1/3, 4 2/3.
Yeah, we had a couple of starts like that already.
Yeah. But, to see Max Fried start, and again, I think I'm not saying he's going to go out and throw double-digit strikeouts every start, but to get you deep into a ball game, I think he's going to be he's going to have to be a workhorse for us this year. But it just makes you wonder, if Garrett Cole was healthy, what would it be like with the two of them at the top of the rotation?
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be one of those. It's like Marvel on the Disney Channel. What if?
Yes. And, we're not going to really get that. We're not even going to really get that next year because Garrett Cole is not going to be ready at the beginning of 2026. We're not going to see what that's like until partway through next year. That depends on how his recovery goes. You hope Max Fried stays healthy. So we're not looking at what that looks like at full strength until 2027.
Well, I'll take the second half of next season.
So will I. All right, so
what we're doing, broadcast number 165?
Yeah.
No.
All right, so what? Again, we it's tough because again we take this team 1 week at a time, but 1 week is not what this entire team is all about. They're not as great as they were in the first week, and they are not. I don't think they are a 500 team.
No. They always say when you're going really hot, you're not that good, and when you're going really bad, you're not that bad. So during the season, you're gonna have slumps. Now, as you said, so far this week they've been 3-3. It's been cold weather. The only thing that again, and I'm going to harp on this all season. Don't depend on the home run. I want to see take walks, singles, doubles, create scoring opportunities. And like I said, I just watched the highlights of last night's game today, and I lost count of how many times I saw them show a Yankee striking out and the pitches like up above the letters near the shoulders. Now, some of them were called strike threes. They were fine.
Yeah.
But how many strikeouts on pitches that were not in the strike zone? That's supposed to be the Yankee thing, control the strike zone. It was almost like last night, like, oh, it's cold, I want to get out of here.
And you hate to see that.
Yeah.
But again, last night's weather, there was another team on the field, and they put up 9 runs.
Now, I will say this, when they showed a lot of what the Giants did in their innings where they scored runs, they took a lot of walks. Some of them were, they were obviously balls where they were being called ball 4, but, it was just like off the plate and whatnot. They're taking it, and the Yankees are swinging at it. And there's a fan in the right center field that I would have a beef with.
Go on.
When the Yankees did score their run, Volpe was on second. Wells hit a shot out near that the auxiliary scoreboard in right center field.
Yeah, right off the top of the wall.
The ball hit the top of the wall, and instead of bouncing into the stands, I guess it's, we've sat in those seats.
Yes.
It's that rubbery, so I guess like the ball pushed back on the rubber and it came back on the field. To me, if a ball hits the top of the wall, where the hell was the fan that was sitting there to say, I'm catching this one? I'm getting it. They saw them. They're all like backing off. Come on.
Yeah.
It's cold. I don't want to hurt my hands. Go away. You're sitting there saying, oh, gee, here I am. I potentially could have a home run hit my way. Oh, wow. Here it comes. I'm just going to stand here and watch.
Did you see what happened earlier in their week in Tampa?
No.
So the Rays had a game. I forget who they were playing. But there's this guy. His name is Zach Hampel. His whole thing is he's been on the news, documentary stuff. So he goes around to the ballparks and he's always trying to collect Major League Baseball. So he's got like thousands of balls, batting practice, home runs.
Oh, yeah. All right. No, I've heard about
He caught Mike Trout's first home run. He caught Alex Rodriguez's 3,000th hit, which was a home run.
Home run, yeah.
So he goes all around. Anyway, so he's at Steinbrenner Field. Rays have a home game, and he's like a fan on the wall out in the outfield, and he reaches out and basically interferes, catches the ball, and
it wasn't going out. Okay,
and the Rays outfielder would have definitely had a chance to catch that ball, and he cost the Rays a victory because then it was like a ground rule double, or something.
Oh, they didn't call it an out.
No, they called it fan interference or something. It worked against the Rays.
Yeah, I thought on a play like that, if they think the outfielder could have caught the ball, they call it out. I didn't think they automatically give a hit.
Nope. The call went against the Rays and they wound up losing the game.
Oh.
So, yeah.
There you go. Good old Yankee Stadium South.
And the Yankees will be there later this week.
Okay.
Let's see. So Stroman on the year, he's 0-1. His ERA is 11.5. Yikes.
Sounds like a shoe size.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on the Yankee lineup so far in terms of what they're rolling out there and where they're positioning guys? Last night you had another Paul Goldschmidt leading off.
Yeah.
Rice batting second, Judge batting third.
Isn't Goldschmidt leading them in batting?
He is batting .360 on the year. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, no, I have no problem with the guy. All right. I've said this before. There's one thing I don't like. Chisholm batting cleanup.
He wasn't batting cleanup yesterday.
Yeah, I know, but I just don't like it. And I don't know what's in his head. Is he like, I'm going for the home runs? Because, when he swings, He's giving it like 110%. It's just like he's trying to hit every shot 4,000 feet. And I really don't want to see that from a player like him. You're going to hit your home runs. My mind says if you hit 20, 25 home runs, fine. That's good. But let's get some singles and doubles and draw walks and whatnot. Just get on base, steal bases. That's your kind of game. You're not a power hitter. Hit your 25 home runs and be happy.
He doesn't need to be a power hitter in this lineup.
Yeah, he doesn't need. Get on base and be a table setter.
Here's his line on the season so far. 13 games, 52 at bats, 7 runs. He's 9 for 52. He's got 2 doubles, 4 home runs, 9 RBIs, 3 walks, 22 strikeouts. He's hitting 173.
Nah, 22 strikeouts. Not from a player like him. That's ridiculous. Just for the hell of it. Look at him.
He leads
22 strikeouts. Well, how many strikeouts Judge got?
14.
Yeah. There's no way anybody on this team should have more strikeouts than Aaron Judge. I'll say this. Aaron Judge should lead the Yankees in strikeouts this season. Nobody should strike out more than him.
I'm not a betting man, but I'm going to say that Jazz Chisholm will lead the team in strikeouts this year.
Yeah, which is ridiculous. A player like
unless
him
his approach changes.
He's got to change his approach. I'd be sitting him down. I'd be saying maybe you need a day off. Peraza, go play second base.
Yeah. On the contrary,
I got no problem with
Aaron
Peraza
Judge
playing.
Yeah. And I saw maybe it was early beginning of the week, based on how they're using him, people are starting to question, well, why is he up here if he's not going to be playing? You know, if he's not going to, you know, he had I think he was a 3-for-4 day and then he was sat down.
Yeah.
You know,
he's a guy where, I mean, they should have learned their lesson. Volpe, all right, Volpe's doing better, but I think he's proven. I mean, he's not going to play 162 games. You gotta give him a rest. So every once in a while, Peraza is probably a better shortstop than him. You should have no problem putting Peraza at third one day, put him at short one day, put him at second one day. He should be playing at least 2, possibly 3 times a week, giving guys a rest.
Yeah.
Period.
I'm not going to disagree with you. Let's go through some of the other numbers here. So Judge on the season so far. So we're a couple weeks into the season. He's got 49 at bats. He is 17 for 49. He's batting .347. He's got 17 hits, 3 doubles, 6 home runs, 20 RBIs, the 14 strikeouts, 2 stolen bases. He's slugging .776. His OPS is 1.2. His on base percentage 458. So he's getting on base. So
a little bit better than last April.
Yeah. I don't think the effects have been too negative on him not having Soto in the lineup in front of him.
No.
But eventually, if he starts to have an MVP season, the way he's approached by other teams is going to change. So
he needs
the guys around him need to step up.
Yeah.
And even in front of him.
Yeah, somebody's got to be on base so they can't walk him. And then there's got to be somebody behind him.
Yes.
I got to be afraid of that guy.
Anthony Volpe on the year so far. He is 12 for 48. He's batting .250. 6 walks, 13 strikeouts, 12 RBIs, 3 doubles. So I like the at-bats I'm seeing from Volpe. Defense has been okay.
Yeah.
Just want to see that batting average kind of, I mean, I guess we're living in a time where .250 is okay.
Nah, .250 is not okay.
It's
not
.210.
From him, I want true. I mean, last year he batted .240 something, but I'm sorry. I want to see this year. I want to see .270, .275,
like a slappy contact hitter. Like use the whole field.
Yeah, you take your little damn torpedo bat and start spraying the ball around. Hit line drives.
Yes. Trent Grisham. All right. Again, we talked about it last week that it's good that he is playing because he is the true 4th outfielder. Trent Grisham on the year. All right, 12 games, 32 at bats. He's 11 for 32. He's got a double, 3 home runs, 9 RBIs, 3 walks to 7 strikeouts, and he's batting .344.
Yeah. Again, he's going to play a lot more than he did last year because you put him in. What did they move Bellinger to right, and Judge gets to be the DH that day. Sounds like a plan.
Yes. Ben Rice, 38 at bats. He's 11 for 38. He's batting .289, 3 home runs, 4 RBIs, double. He's got a triple, 8 walks to 13 strikeouts. So he leads the team in walks at this point with 8.
Okay.
And now it kind of goes to the other side of the curve here. Austin Wells, he has cooled off immensely.
Yeah.
He is 8 for 39 on the year. He's hitting .205, 4 walks to 10 strikeouts, has the couple of home runs, 6 RBIs. He has not looked good at the plate.
Maybe we need Juan Carlos in a couple of more games. Give me Juan Carlos.
Yeah.
For his 2 games that he started with.
He's appeared in 3 games.
3 games.
He's had 8 at bats on the year.
Was he got 2 hits?
He has 1 hit, that double. He's got his 1 hit.
Okay. I thought he got 1.
Yeah.
Well, again, let Wells rest a little bit. You can in this. See, I can't see in weather like this, catching consecutive days and whatnot. Because like today's going to be another day at the stadium. You know, rainy and cold and cloudy and whatnot.
Yeah.
Nah, it's not baseball weather, but again, it's not baseball weather for both teams.
And both teams have to play.
And who's pitching today?
Who's pitching today?
Is it Warren? As we have a pregnant pause. Didn't you pay your internet bill? What's going on?
It's just moving slow. Warren on the mound against Jordan Hicks.
All right. And it's time for Mr. Warren to start stepping it up a little bit. He hasn't pitched bad. And again, maybe we were expecting lightning in a bottle like what Heel did last year, but maybe it's time for Mr. Warren. Come on, we thought so highly of you in spring training, so come on, let's give us a few more innings. Get through the fifth, get into the sixth inning.
Yes, this will be his third start of the year.
I was kind of hoping that, with Schmidt coming back, that maybe this was time to say goodbye to Carrasco. But if Stroman's got something wrong with his knee and he goes on the DL, I guess Carrasco's going to stay for another few starts.
Yeah.
And did you see Ottavino was signed and released again?
Yes. So I guess that's one way to get around putting a guy in the minors, and you just, hey, stay sharp and we'll sign you to. I would love to know what these contracts are worth monetarily.
Yeah, what kind of contract do you give a guy that, you were here for 2 days?
Yeah, what does that break down to when you're signing a contract?
And he's not going to the minor leagues. It's just like, go find somebody to play catch with and be ready.
Yeah, they keep designating him for assignment.
Yes, I mean, what does he go to the local high school and play catch with somebody?
I don't know, maybe.
I don't know.
All right, let's take a look at the rest of this Giants series. So obviously today we got Warren on the mound. Tomorrow is another Carlos Rodon start against Logan Webb. So hopefully the Yankees can take these 2 games and win this series.
Hopefully it's a little warmer tomorrow and Rodon has a good game because he's another one who I don't think likes cold weather. Although in his last game he had the bad first inning, but then he pitched better the rest of the game.
Yeah, he bounced back. And then I would say I think this is a big series coming up here early in the season in terms of playing teams in the American League. Obviously, I think Detroit's going to have a good season, but
yes.
The Kansas City Royals come to town this week for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And the starting pitchers for that series have not been determined.
Well, Fried will get one of them.
Yes. And the Royals are currently 7-7.
Okay. Yeah, you look at all the standings, like in the American League East. You said the Yankees are in second place. You look at the records of everybody in the East. Everybody's like at 500, just below 500. So nobody's getting off to a hot start. Yeah, the Red Sox, they're 7-8. Tampa Bay is 6-7, and the Orioles are 5-8. So nobody is running away with this division. In the Central, I'm going to give you one to look up just because, you mentioned the Red Sox. Is Devers still pissed off in Boston? How's he doing so far? How is he doing so far? All right, so I will click on their website and I will click on their stats. I haven't heard anything about how happy or unhappy he is. Yeah, because he doesn't want to be the DH. He wants to be the third baseman. Rafi Devers, he is 15 games. He is 15 for 56. He's batting .268. He's got a home run, 11 walks, 21 strikeouts. He has 9 RBIs, 5 doubles. 21 strikeouts. Who's he think he is, Chisholm? I don't know. But I got to say, I'm impressed only because I got a fantasy team and I have their second baseman, Christian Campbell, who's a rookie. So their rookie second baseman, Christian Campbell, 16 for 48. He's batting .333, 2 home runs. So, kid's off to a nice start there in Boston. Yeah. Okay. Good for him. Good for him. Until we play them. Yeah. Going around baseball again, AL Central. So you got the Tigers in first place, 8-7, Cleveland 7-6, Kansas City 7-7, Minnesota 4-10. That's a little disappointing. Yeah. Chicago 3-10. Well, what is going on in Chicago? What they lose? 342 games last year? I don't know. Did you see? And they lost a heartbreaker. They were, I forget who they were playing, but they were about to tie a game. And old friend of the Yankees, Mike Tauchman, coming off the DL with a hamstring injury, trying to score from second base, would have tied the game, and he pulled up lame coming around third, and it was sad because you had their radio announcers for the White Sox, base hit to left field, Tauchman rounding third, little pause. Oh no, because he just pulled up, grabbed his hamstring again, and was just tagged out standing in front of home plate. So they lost a tough one. Oh well. AL West. That's baseball, Susan. Yeah. Texas 9-5,
The Angels 8-5. Mike Trout hasn't been hurt yet, and he's hitting the ball well. The Astros 6-7, the Mariners 6-8, and the Sacramento Athletics 5-9.
So actually, the only team doing well in the American League is the Rangers.
Yeah. I would say the Rangers in Detroit.
Okay,
but the Rangers have 9 wins, so they lead the league in wins.
And somebody, I believe,
you want to look at the National League?
No, I don't care what they're doing.
All right. Well, we will check in on Cincinnati. They are 6-8.
There you go.
2 games out of first. Their
right.
pitching has been letting them down, though.
I'll have to.
Let's do. Yes, let's do our trivia question for this game. So, Padre, what is the question for this week?
All right, this week's question. AJ, turn up the volume. In 1968, what Yankee outfielder pitched in both games of a doubleheader?
All right, we'll have that answer for you next week. All right. Real quick before we say goodbye, thank you to SeatGeek for powering the Chase for 28 podcast. Use our promo code when you're purchasing your next batch of Yankee tickets. The promo code is Chase for 28, and that will save you $20 off your first order on SeatGeek. Get the app at chasefor28.com/SeatGeek. And of course, again, if you have my number, obviously you can text me your feedback directly, but you can also email us feedback@chasefor28.com. You can send us a message on X. We are at Chase428pod. I'm rolling strong with the Instagram at Chase428pod on Instagram. I do This Day in Yankee History each and every day that I remember, which is most of them. And I got the game recaps going up. Do you want to hear some interesting things in Yankee history from this week?
Go ahead.
Let's see. So I'm going to take it back to, and these were, because now that the season has started and it's April, you get some more interesting things. So if we take it back to April 8th, so just a few days ago, on April 8th in 2003, Hideki Matsui hit his first major league home run, which was a grand slam in his first game at Yankee Stadium.
That's right.
Yes. Let's see. Then on April 9th in 1965, Mickey Mantle hit the first indoor home run in Major League history as the Yankees played an exhibition game in the Astrodome.
In Houston, yep.
Yes. And then on April 10th, I'll just take us through. This will be a nice little segment. I'll go through the week and I'll recap what happened in Yankee history. This is fun.
Okay.
On April 10th, the Yankees played their first, April 10th,
What year?
1913. 1913.
All right.
They played their first game as the Yankees, changing their name from
the Highlanders.
The Highlanders. They were defeated 2-1 by the Washington Senators. Walter Johnson pitched that day for the Senators, and the Yankees were led by player-manager Frank Chance. And then
I thought you were going to say that guy. Remember a few episodes way back when? That guy that pitched like 4,000 innings in 1 year?
Yes. On April 11th, 1912, the Yankees, playing on the Hilltop at Hilltop Park, they wore pinstripes for the first time in their opening game against the Red Sox that season.
Okay. All right. I'm going to give you trivia. You just said that was what? April 11th, 1912? Right?
April 11th, 1912.
If I'm correct, what happened the next day?
The Titanic sank.
Yes. All right.
Yes.
Good. All right.
And then, of course...
Oh, more.
That it? No, the next one I'll save for next week.
Okay.
I'll save it for next week. So if you're not following us on Instagram, do that at Chase428pod. And give it a like, give a share, help spread the word about the podcast. Anything else, Padre?
No. Hopefully the weather warms up and so does our little team here.
Yes. Real quick, before we go, I believe last week I spoke on the show about your grandson and his return to baseball, right?
The Hambino.
So here's a Hambino update. Had his first game in 3 years. Last formal baseball game he played was T-ball.
Came off the DL.
Came off the retirement list. And in his first game, his team was down 7-1 in the bottom of the 6th inning, home half of the 6th. And in Little League now, again, it's like watered down baseball. It's like a Bud Light.
Okay.
So for the first 5 innings, teams can steal 3 times in an inning, and you get 1 steal of home each inning.
Okay.
And you can only score up to 4 runs in an inning.
All right.
Then when you get to the last inning in the 6th, it's unlimited steals of home, and you can score as many runs as you can.
So the 6th inning is the last inning.
Yes.
Okay.
So his team comes up. They're the home team. They're down 7-1. Again, it's 10 and under baseball. So steal, walk, walk, steal at home, blah, 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 blah. His team is down 7-6. And the little Hambino comes up with men on 2nd and 3rd.
How many out?
2 outs.
2 out. Oh, baby.
He had struck out twice already in the game. And the second one was bad because it was a ball above his head. I was not happy.
Oh, of course. Yeah, the umpires in that age group, terrible.
Blinder than blind. So 0-2 count. He strokes a smoking ground ball between the shortstop and second base. Hits the game-winning walk-off double. His teammate come running out. They mob him on the field. Tears are coming out of my eyes.
Did you film it?
No, I did not film it.
You
I was coaching first base. But then he came home to some hot chocolate because it was a cold night for a 9-year-old to be playing baseball. And some fresh-baked cookies. Ooh. And then the cutest thing, and this really tugged at my heartstrings. Maybe they'll tug at yours. I don't know. But he got cleaned up. He got the game ball. And he's in his bed. And he had fallen asleep. So I went in to, give him a little kiss on the head. And just make sure he was still in there. And there he was in his bed with the ball clutched in his hand, and he fell asleep with the ball holding it.
There you. Did you take a picture of that?
I did. The lights were off. I could tell that the ball was in his hand. So anyway, you're going to get to see him. You and the media Mima. We'll go with that. It's still media. The media Mima.
I'm not going to tell her you called him.
You guys are going to take him to his game this week on Wednesday, so that'll be fun. You get to see that.
He hasn't played since then.
No, today's game was rained out.
Yeah.
His next opportunity.
I guess they're smarter than the Yankees.
Yeah, his next opportunity is Monday night.
Okay.
So he's got 2 games next week. All right. So that's it for this episode of The Chase for 28. We put the fun family stuff at the end. Thank you for listening. I'm Chris. He's the Podcast Padre, and we'll see you next week.
Take care.